Hi, I'm Kieran, and this is my review of Resident Evil Requiem. It's the best game ever made. Thank you for watching. Alright. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Nah, for real now. I'm gonna be serious from here on out. Resident Evil Requiem came out just about 2 weeks ago, and it was hyped up like crazy. Capcom has always been great at drumming up anticipation for this series since the 90s, but the hype surrounding Requiem was something else. It seemed like the entire world was excited about this installment, and I gotta say, it's really cool to see so many people psyched up about this game. But does it live up to that hype? And more importantly, does it deserve your hard-earned money? Well, I've been playing it a ton, and I got a lot to say, so let's get into it. Also, just a little heads up, I will be keeping this mostly spoiler-free, and any story or gameplay stuff will mostly be from the first couple hours of the game or what was featured in the trailers. I don't want to hurt your experience if you plan to play this for yourself. That said, let's get into Resident Evil Requiem. The first thing I want to talk about are the graphics. This game is beautiful. I can say for certain that this is the best looking video game I've played so far. I have it for the PS5. I really wish I had a PC strong enough to run it, but this is the kind of game the console was made for. Resident Evil is a series that has always been visually striking, especially when 4 first came out on the GameCube. At that time, I didn't think it was possible for anything to look better than this. Requiem continues the tradition, pushing the visual presentation as far as possible. There's so much detail in every inch of the game and something to look at no matter where you are. I always find myself searching every corner of a Resident Evil game looking for items or Easter eggs, and this game does not disappoint. There are tons of callbacks to previous installments that you could easily just pass by without noticing. Requiem is just pure eye candy. The first thing I did when I played this was just stare at the puddles on the street. Seriously, when the puddles are the first thing that stopped me in amazement, it can only go up from there. I just feel like it is impossible for Capcom to create anything ugly. That is, except for the monsters. The creatures you face off against in this are some of the most terrifying and disgusting designs to date. Some zombies even have poo stains in their pants. It's just so nasty. At the beginning of the game, there are 2 main enemies you face. One is a giant stalker monster dubbed the Girl, who chases you through the halls of the Rhodes Hill Chronic Care Center. She's a terrifying creature and always manages to get the drop on you. The sections where she's stalking you provide some of the most butt-clenchy moments in the entire series, easily rivaling Jack Baker and Mr. X. However, the main threat you'll face is the mutated undead inhabitants of the care center. I'm happy to say Requiem goes back to a creepy mansion with cramped hallways filled with zombies, because the T-Virus is back, baby! Is it weird to say that I missed the T-Virus? Well, I don't care, because damn it, I missed the T-Virus. But don't get comfy, because these ain't your granddaddy's PS1 zombies. These aren't even your Resident Evil 2 remake zombies. Requiem features a modified T-Virus that leaves the unfortunate people unlucky enough to be infected with very basic memories. These zombies are more like tortured rage beasts in a state of constant pain, left with the urge to perform their day jobs. And kill you, of course. As someone who waited tables at Red Robin for 3 years and worked in retail for almost 10, I can't think of a scarier thought than being in a constant nightmare, feeling nothing but sheer terror and murderous rage while being doomed to perform menial tasks until either Grace or Leon mercifully puts me out of my misery. The crazy thing about the game is how it manages to have a staggering amount of enemy variety when most of the enemies are just zombies. They do this by giving the zombies distinct personalities and attack patterns. These are by far my favorite zombies in the series. They strike a balance between the shambling, mindless corpses of the originals and the Ganados of RE4, hitting this sweet spot that makes them extremely creepy and imposing, even when you're mowing them down as Leon. Requiem gives me everything I want in a Resident Evil title. For me, there has always been 2 ways to play this series. The first is the initial run, experiencing everything for the first time, afraid to push forward to the next room, but knowing you have to. It's a mix of high stress and satisfying reward. There is nothing in the world like the first playthrough of a new Resident Evil game. The second is after you beat it and it becomes the comfort game. The Resident Evil series is one of my favorites to play through again and again. It's the perfect game when you have nothing else to do, or the weather's shitty, or you're just looking for something quick and fun to play. The feeling of progression, finding new items and weapons, solving puzzles, and of course, killing zombies never gets old for me. After beating Requiem, I'm now on the road to that platinum trophy, and I can easily say this game delivers on both those aspects for me. This is one of the strongest first playthroughs of any Resident Evil game I've ever played, and it might be the scariest so far, especially in the early hours of the game. The amount of oh shit moments kept me on the edge of my seat. Each new room brought a tense uncertainty with it, and I'd find myself just sitting there in a corner, desperately trying to drum up the courage to open each door. I highly recommend playing this game with friends. I had my buddy and my girlfriend watching me, and it honestly brought me back to college playing co-op in Resident Evil 5 with all my friends crowded in the dorm watching along. Resident Evil may be a mostly single-player series, but if you're the person all your friends like to watch play the scary games, it can be a very social experience. Everyone around me getting startled scared me more than the game itself. And the PlayStation 5 actually records voices if you don't mute the mic, so I was able to capture a bunch of these moments, complete with our reactions.
Alright, here we go.
Oh, frick.
On goal! Damn it. I'm glad I didn't have beer in my mouth.
Yeah, that got me.
What is... What?
Get out! Oh, shit!
So here's the thing, like... You okay?
I'm fine. Sorry, everyone.
The game switches between Grace and Leon at certain times, and both are a blast. Grace's portions are some of the best horror gameplay I've ever experienced, and Leon's sections make you feel like a complete badass. Requiem's gameplay is on par with the best the series has to offer and even surpasses it at times. It takes everything that worked in previous entries and dials it to 11. Leon's sections of the game are so much fun. They're action-packed but still deliver some scares. He's fast and super cool, and taking out hordes of zombies feels so good after the sections of gut-wrenching terror with Grace. On the other hand though, her sections are equally as fun to play, albeit pants-shittingly scary. I always find myself missing the other character whenever there's a switch. Also, just need to say, Grace really stole the show for me. Her parts are equally terrifying and emotional, at times moving me to tears. She's very different than most Resident Evil protagonists, being a shy and timid person who works a desk job in the FBI, thrust into the world of survival horror. She loses so much and goes through such horrific things, but finds a way to persevere. The actress portraying her did an amazing job and really brought her character to life. As for Leon, he is awesome, and might very well be my favorite version of Leon yet. First, let me say, I love OG Resident Evil 4 Leon. He is classic. But this Leon strikes a great balance of iconic flashy coolness without fully stepping into cringe territory. Maybe just a little bit.
I think I want a second opinion.
He's being faced with a past he can no longer outrun, and it's his last chance to avenge the ghosts of the city he swore to protect so long ago. On top of all that, we are given a great new antagonist, Dr. Victor Gideon. I love this character, and in my opinion, he stands up there with the Resident Evil greats like Albert Wesker, Osmond Sadler, and Jack Baker. When we're first introduced to him, he blasts a bunch of innocent bystanders with T-virus darts just to cause a diversion and slow Leon down. It's one of the coldest things I've ever seen a Resident Evil villain do. These were all just normal people going about their lives, and now they all got T-virus and they're biting people's noses off. I'm usually very wary of buying games at launch because I've been burned a few times in the past, but this game was released almost perfectly. I ran into one glitch in the first week where my gun strap would just jut out all weird, but that was patched out in a matter of days. Capcom's just one of those companies where I expect to buy their game at launch and have zero fear, zero regrets, and Requiem delivers on that. Listen, I'm sorry if this video comes off less as a review and more like me gushing about the game, but I really did try to find something to criticize. But that's the thing, I had to actively look for something to criticize. And at that point, it's just me criticizing for criticism's sake. And I don't feel like that's honest. Truthfully, while playing Requiem, I couldn't find anything that I feel actually detracts from how great the game is. It's just that good. This game gets my highest recommendation. It stands with my top favorites in the franchise and had me feeling like I was a kid again playing Resident Evil 2 and 4 for the first time. It 100% lives up to the hype and delivers fresh, exciting gameplay and memorable moments from beginning to end. There is something here for everyone, whether this is your first Resident Evil or you've been playing since 1998 like me. Requiem is definitely in my top 5 and maybe even top 3 Resident Evils, and it definitely makes my top favorite games of all time list. I love this game. But should you buy this game? That really depends. First off, full disclosure, I am a Capcom creator and I sometimes get free games for being one. However, I did not get Resident Evil Requiem for free. I paid $80 for the deluxe edition. And if you're a fan of the series and are planning on buying it, get the deluxe edition because it's totally worth it. It comes with some really cool stuff such as extra costumes, weapon skins, and an optional side quest. You also get the original Resident Evil 2 soundtrack, which really hits hard at certain parts of the game. On the other hand, $80 ain't nothing to sneeze at, and you might not be a big fan of the series, but are interested in playing it. In that case, just wait for a sale. This game is a must-buy either way. Whether you buy it at full price or on sale, you won't be disappointed. Just keep away from spoilers. I'm still having a ton of fun playing this game, going for that Platinum trophy, and with the DLC just announced, I am psyched. I'm just happy to get to play another awesome installment of my favorite video game series. And with that, I want to say thank you all for watching. Happy 30th birthday, Resident Evil. Here's to 30 more. Can't wait to be in a nursing home playing Resident Evil 15 on the PlayStation 9!
Hey, it's up to us to take out Umbrella.